Howdy y'all. Thank you for joining us today for this unboxing of Marvel Champions the Card Game Hero Pack, Star-Lord. So this is an expansion to Marvel Champions. It adds some more cards. As you can see here, this is a 60 card hero pack. It has a complete pre-built deck that is Star-Lord. It has 30 new cards that are brand new to this hero pack. And then it has his nemesis, which is going to be Mr. Knife. Take a look at this. As you know, I'm a big fan of this Marvel Champions. Been looking forward to this Star-Lord pack here for a little bit. So when you open this inside, and there is a little seal here, I just already had it pre-cut ahead of time. But when you open this inside, you want to make sure to look underneath that flap, pull this out, and you should have a pack of cards. What this is basically you have yourself a little poster here. And then also, it usually has, if there's any new rules or whatnot here, that's going to be to pertain to this deck. And then it lets you know, like now we know, Star-Lord is going to be a leadership deck, which is one of the, if you're new to this game, it's one of the 4 new ways of playing, or one of the 4 ways to play the game. And then all the credits and stuff. All right, let's take a look at these cards. Alright, and we're not going to go through all of these, but we'll go through at least some of his main ones, and I'll let you know what looks new to me and doesn't. So right off the bat here, we have Star-Lord. It's his hero side. I'm sure the other side's going to end up being Peter Quill. Here we got his 2 thwart, 2 attack, and 1 defense. And then as you can see here, each ally you control gains the Guardian trait. And then one of his other abilities is Interrupt. When you play a card from your hand, do yourself 1 face down encounter card. Reduce the resource cost to play that card by 3. So that seems pretty cool, because it means basically you can choose to take an encounter, but you can play a card, an expensive card, for a cheaper cost. Interesting. And then, yep, as we see here, Peter Quill as his alter ego. And man, this is something I never noticed on these cards before, but I definitely noticed it in the Arkham Horror game. I'll see if I can get the glare on there, but you can see, like, I'm not sure what it is with their printer and the printing press, but it does get these scuffs on there where this is pretty much like, if I was judging this as a Magic card, this would be moderately played. So, I mean, but anyways, so we got Peter Quill here, his alter ego, and he's got a 3 recovery. And then at the setup, search your deck and discard pile for a copy of the Element Gun upgrade and add it to your hand. And then shuffle your deck. And then he's got an action, Smooth Talker. Choose a card in your hand, swap that card with the top card of your deck. Interesting. Alright. So these next cards are going to be part of his deck. And the first 15 of them are going to be cards that if you play Peter Quill, you have to include these in your deck. And they can only be in the Peter Quill decks. Right off the bat here, we have Nova Prime. Pretty impressive to me. Let's see. He's pretty expensive. But yep. As a response, after you play Nova Prime from your hand, defeat a non-elite minion. Seems pretty good. Alright. And then we have Daring Escape, one of his hero actions. And there's 3 of those. We have Gutsy Move here. 2 of those. Sliding Shot. 3 of those. Bad Boy. There's the Element Guns you can go search for, and he's got both of them. You can go search for one of them. We have Jet Boots. Leader of the Guardians. Star-Lord's helmet. And that should be his 15 cards. So if you play in this, if you never played this before, basically these cards are the ones you have to have. So the rest of these are basically either going to be new cards or reprints. And they're cards that if you want to just add them to another deck of yours, you can do. So hence here we have Adam Warlock as a brand new ally. Never seen this card before. So, be interesting. Ooh, Beta Ray Bill. Another expensive one. I would expect most of the things in this deck are probably going to be kind of expensive because of Peter Quill or Star-Lord's ability, being able to deal himself an encounter card, but be able to bring these out. Oh man, another new ally, Yondu. Man, one of my favorites. This was actually probably my favorite of the original Guardians. Alright. Then we have Air Supremacy. And this is a new card, so there should be 3 of them. Because basically, if you are building the deck, you would be only able to have 3 copies of a card, up to 3 copies of a card in your deck. And so when they usually give you a new card, unless it's in the case of like the allies, because they are unique. In the case of a new card, they usually give you 3 copies of it so that you have 3 copies and you can play with the max copies if you want to. We got Blaze of Glory here, which I'm pretty sure is new. Get Ready's an old one. I definitely have seen that one before, so they give you 2 of those. Target Practice, I'm pretty sure is new. Power Leadership is in every deck, every leadership deck I should say. Laser Blaster is new. And then the basics can be in almost any deck, and Cosmo here, another favorite Guardian of mine. But here's Cosmo, and this is a new card. That's a new one. Kit. Or Sit. Nowhere, that is a new one also, and another unique. And then Pulse Grenade, I'm pretty sure is new. We get 3 of those. Alright, so that would be his deck. So now, the nice thing is, if you wanted to get into this game and you didn't want to have to go buy everything, but you just wanted to play with a friend, you could just go buy this Star-Lord deck, and this would be all you would need to be able to play. Now, these next cards you would need also, but what the obligation is the obligation is the card that's going to be shuffled into the villains deck whenever you go to play. So this is Peter Quill's obligation that'll be shuffled into the enemy deck. And then the next cards, which it shows that there's 5 of them, are basically going to be Star-Lord's arch nemesis, and then cards that'll be shuffled in if his arch nemesis shows up or if something tells you to shuffle them into the deck. So in this case, this is his arch nemesis's side scheme. And it's Budding Crime Syndicate. And then we have his arch nemesis, Mr. Knife. And these would be off to the side, and it would let you know if you need to go access them. We have the Spartoy Cunning, which would be shuffled into the deck. And as it tells you there, as I said that would be all you would need. Yeah, that would be all you would need to have the deck. You have your character, you have his obligation, and you have his arch nemesis if it's needed. So the stuff after this is usually just new cards that they add into the game, that they basically just giving you some new ones, whether you want to like rebuild this because you have other cards and you want to go a different play style, or just cards to add to your other decks. Also on the back of that stop card, it's going to have, if you end up liking this deck and you want to build it back, it gives you the whole build of the whole deck right here, so you can just instantly rebuild it. Alright, so this is a new one, Aggression, and it's Dive Bomb, and there's going to give us 3 of these. Agile Flight, and this is for Justice, and there's 3 of them. And then Protection, which is the 4th way, Ever Vigilant, and there should be 3 of them. And then it should have, yep. Okay, so this one is not a new one. I have seen this one before, but it gives you 3 just in case you don't have it already. And there's Enhanced Awareness, and 3 of those. And yep, that moderately played. That was pretty bad conditioning on that deck. But alright, so that was kind of a cool look at this. We're definitely going to get it straight to the table. I do the playthroughs where I go through this, and I'll play this deck straight up against the Rhino deck. Lately I've been changing up, but if you want to check that out, go ahead and check it out. It should be out within the next day or so, because I'm going to film this immediately. Just have to edit it up. So, alright. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.